Hello, boys and girls. I hope you're doing well and that you're having a really good day so far. I hope you've had a good week as well. I thought we would do things a little differently with this story time, and that I would just take a time to share something that's really special to our family. So my oldest son already has a favorite Bible character. He loves the character David, and he especially loves the story where David defeats the giant. That may be some of your, favorite stories or your favorite character. And I thought it'd be really cool if I could find out from some of you some of the Bible characters and stories that you really like, and then we could share those as well. So if your parents want to shoot me a text, if we all go to the same church together, I'll be glad to include your story the next time. If we don't know each other yet and you are watching this and you want to leave a message at the bottom, I'll be glad to again read a story so that your child can hear about their favorite character as well. And hopefully, if your child doesn't have a favorite character, through some of these different stories, they'll start to find one that really kind of speaks to them in a special way. My son likes David because David is brave and strong and he's not afraid. And that's a pretty big deal for a small child to learn that they can be brave and that they don't have to be afraid. And as long as they ask God for help, that God will be there and take away some of that fear. So I thought I would share the story from the book, The Story for Little Ones. It's by Max Lucado and Randy Frazee. This is a great book if you don't have it, and if you do, I'm sure you already love it. It's got great stories as well as great pictures to go along with it, and it's really easy to read and understand, especially for like all different ages, especially like on the younger end. It's put in a way that's easy to understand. And it's likable for older children as well because it reads really well. So this is called David and the Giant. I hope you can, you can see. So there's David, and he's with some of the soldiers who actually happen to be his brothers in King Saul's army. So it says, one day, a boy named David went to visit his brothers who were in King Saul's army. When David reached the army, a giant named Goliath. There's Goliath. He looks pretty scary. Look how big he is. He's so big. A giant named Goliath appeared in front of the soldiers. Who will fight me? The giant roared. The soldiers shook with fear. Nobody could beat the giant. But David wasn't afraid. God is on our side, and I will fight the giant. Here's the next page. There's David, and there's some of the soldiers again. When King Saul heard this, he told David, "You are a brave boy, but you are too young. You're too little." David said, "I am brave because of God's help. God helps me keep my sheep safe from wild animals. He saved me from a lion and a bear, and he will save me from this giant too." David believed with all of his heart that God was going to keep him safe, and he wasn't afraid to do what needed to be done. The king gave David a helmet and special clothes to protect him. I don't know if you can see him right here. He's got armor and a shield and all this heavy stuff that probably weighs more than he does. But the special clothes were too heavy, and so David took them off. He pulled out a slingshot and found 5 smooth stones along the stream. Uh-oh, I wonder what happened. "I come in the name of the Lord," David shouted at the giant. He was quite angry. David put a stone in his sling and flung it with all of his might. Around and around and around it went. The stone hit the giant right on the forehead. The giant fell to the ground with a crash. David beat the giant. So there's Goliath laying on the ground, and there's David, and he beat the giant because he wasn't afraid. God helped David be brave, and you can ask God to help you be brave too. So in the story about David and Goliath, God helped David be brave and not be afraid to beat the giant, a literal, like an actual giant, a huge person. Um, but it doesn't have to be that you're beating a giant. Um, it doesn't have to be like this real person like it was for David. Sometimes you being brave is just you being not afraid to go to sleep at night when it's dark and quiet and you might be a little afraid. So, you ask God to help you be brave and to feel peace so that you can fall asleep and get good rest. It could be that, being brave for you is going to school or preschool without your mom and dad and, not being afraid to be there by yourself and feeling calm. So you're asking God to help you be brave. So again, you're not afraid. It could be, anything new that you're trying to do that might be scary because you've never done it before. And so you ask God to help you feel peace and calm and not be afraid. So you're asking again to be brave. So in any of those situations, you're just asking God to give you peace, to help you not be afraid, and to help you be brave in all that you do. And just like always, if you ask God to help you do something, He will help you feel whatever it is that you need to feel. I hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will look forward to seeing you guys again next week. Bye.